In this video, I will show you how you can analyze Bitcoin on your own so you can make your own personal decisions based on your own knowledge using technical analysis. Technical analysis, by the way, is, to be honest, pretty easy to learn, but it's very hard to master. So be careful with this. Right? What I can just make an advice to you, it is always a good idea to understand what is technical analysis and how I can understand this kind of stuff to make my own decisions, right? Before I start, just a quick disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor, of course. I'm just a dude who likes to trade. I like NFTs also. And I'm in this cryptocurrency space around 2 years. And I just want to show you the basic of technical analysis, how you can start to learn this kind of stuff, right? So let me share first of all my screen, right? So we start with a fresh screen in Google Chrome. As the first thing, what you need to understand, you need a very good platform where you can see the price movement. And the only one platform, of course, is TradingView, right? So we type in tradingview.com, right? And then only what you need to make is here on the right side is a button, get started. I see that here's my beautiful face, but you will see this. You click on get started, right? And then you scroll down. You have, of course, all this payment plans, but for the beginning, you really just need the free basic version, right? Stick just to this, it's more than enough. So try free basic, then log in, for example, I log in with my Google account, and boom, you are logged in, right? And the first thing what you need to do, you just click here on charts, okay? So we are right now, we land then in a chart, in Apple chart, right? Got it. The first thing what I really like to do, click on these three buttons, right? And then go here down and use dark color theme. Why? Because you will immediately feel it's just better for your eyes, right? I personally like to have the dark mode. So we want to analyze Bitcoin, right? The first thing what we need to do, of course, we need to click here where it says Apple, and then we have a lot of different stocks, futures, forex, crypto, etc. And what we are interested, of course, is BTC, right? BTC, okay? And you see here there are different BTC charts, and each chart represents a trading platform. For example, we have here Bybit or Binance. Let's stick just to Coinbase, because Coinbase is a pretty standard big platform. It's anyway no big difference between them because price movement is always the same. But yeah, there are small differences, of course, if you make this kind of 5 seconds trades, etc. Right? But in general, it's always the same, right? And the first thing what we need to understand is with the mouse gear, you can move to the left and right, and clicking here and hold, you can also move this chart. That's very important. So the mouse gear left, right, and here, right. So you can move the chart, okay? On the left side, you can choose what kind of time frame you want. We are right now in a daily time frame. What does it mean? This means each bar represents one day where the price movement goes up or down, each bar, right? For now, let's take, for example, let's make the weekly. So each bar represents 1 week. So in this week, we have a very up from 41,000 to 46,000, right? Then we have a second week where the price moved down and up, etc. And then he stops here and go to the next bar in this kind of week. We are right now, the last 2 weeks, a small downtrend, right? But what you need to understand, you need to zoom out. If we zoom out, then we understand immediately overall on the macro level, Bitcoin is very bullish, right? So we have here 5th October 2020, it was just $9,000, and that moves up, then down, right? So this is the first understanding which you need always take a look to. You need to understand in general on the macro level, how is the price movement, right? In Bitcoin, we are in general very bullish, of course. So let's go down to the daily chart. So you see, we move again the chart a little bit, and we basically see the same pattern, but you have now just more data because each bar represents a daily. And let's stick for now to the daily chart, right? So we will later go to the 1 hour, maybe 30 minutes, etc., but stick to the daily chart. So there are, of course, a lot of different, because I have here the full version. There are, of course, a lot of different indicators and all the fancy stuff. So it's very important, stick for the beginning to the really, really basic stuff. So you have 3 indicators, basic indicators. The first one are the trend lines. The second one are the support and resistance lines. And the third one is the volume, right? So let me show what does it mean with the trend line, right? And how we can draw this trend line on our own. So if you go here and you click this here, so you see here already trend line, right? You click just on here, and then you can draw different lines, right? And what we make for now is just a pretty standard big trend line. And we connect all the critical points, I would say here, together, right? What does it mean? I call them critical points, you know? And these critical points are here, 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 and here. And on these points, you need to understand you have rather an uptrend or a downtrend, or you have what I like to call a fight between buyers and sellers. So where price cannot really make a decision on which direction he goes, and then he goes up or he goes down. So on these lines, right, you can put in your, on this point, you can put your line, and then you understand it goes here up, it bounces here back, it bounces here back, then it bounced here, then we have here fight, and it bounced here. So we understand this trend line is a pretty strong line, right? So if all goes on the rules from technical analysis, price will keep bouncing on this line, you know, until, you know, a second, keep bouncing on this line, maybe, you know, until 70,000. So it is pretty possible that price movement on Bitcoin would keep going like this. Pretty possible. Of course, you can never know, but it will make sense, right? So we have right now the understanding, okay, it's going up, right? That's the first thing what you need to do. The second thing what we need to do are draw the support and resistance lines, right? And how to do this. So you need to have this horizontal line, okay? And then you need to take a look, okay, where are again these critical points where sellers and buyers fight against each other, where price cannot have a hard time to understand on which direction it goes, right? So for example, I would say this is a good line, right? So we put this line here, and let's make it yellow on the daily basis, right? The next one, I will say, for example, it will be here. This is a good line, right? So you can see here also all these critical points here, here you have a lot, here you have a lot, you know, here, also here, right? The next one let's say this is a good one, right? And so on. And you need just to find with your eyes where price bounced back, or where from the line, right? Or where the price was pretty sideways. So that's all the critical points where price made a decision, whether he goes up or down. And these critical points, on these critical points, price will be also in future probably bounced, right? Or it will break down and then it will go in the direction whether up or down pretty fast, right? And we're using this data to understand this kind of critical points. And for now, I would say here also, this is a good one. And this is a good one, right? And of course, always the all-time high with the high, which is 69,000, right? So right now, we have already a more clear understanding, okay? And if we zoom in, right, on the daily, then we see on this trend line, price is fighting. You see, it goes down, it bounces, go up, down, up, down. So right now, it's a good idea just to wait until price may bounce back from this support line. Right now, it is a support line because price is over the line. If price will be under the line, it will be a resistance line, right? So, and if price will bounce up, then it will probably go up. But there's another third indicator. So the first two indicators you draw on your own are the trend line, and the second one support and resistance lines. But the third very important indicator is the volume. You see here different bars, right? And each bar represents a day, because we are right now on the daily chart, right? And by the way, on the daily chart, you cannot really day trade. It's more an investment chart where you can understand, okay, where it makes sense to buy BTC, where it makes sense to sell, and make long-term decisions, right? But I will show you later how to make it also on charts like 30 minutes, 1 hour, etc. Right? But for now, we need to understand we have here also volume, right? This is the third very important indicator. Volume means on each day, are there more sellers or are there more buyers? So in a chart represents basically how many people buy right now, how many people sell right now. If we have 90% of people who just buying, nobody sells, just 10%, price will go up, of course, because low demand, high demand, low supply, right? And then price go up. If we have a lot of sellers, let's say 90% of people selling their Bitcoin, and the other 10% they buying Bitcoin, then we have low supply, high demand. Oh, wait a second. Low demand, high supply. It's always confusing me with this demand, etc., etc. But the idea is the more people will buy and the less people will sell, the higher price will go up. The more people will sell and the less people will buy, the lower price will go down. Right now, we have in the bar, the bar is red. So we understand this day so far more people selling than buying. And you see this also in this bar, it goes down. So but it goes down until to this resistance line or support line. Sorry, it's a support line, right? So that means what I will do right now, for example, I will wait until price bouncing from this support line, and then I will take a look on the volume. And if it bounces back right? If it bounced back, and if we have here a bar, a green big bar, then you can confirm it. This is a bounce back from this support line, and chances are pretty high that price movement will go up, right? Okay, so that's how you play this game with support resistance line, trend lines, and volume. On the macro level, we understand Bitcoin is bullish. On the much lower level, we understand it goes down right now onto the support line. Okay, and probably it will bounce back, but it can also break the support line, so it can break down. If it's break down, you can make maybe a quick short trade if you see a big red bar. But I will not do this because you see here also this kind of big big line, right? Big trend line. And if it goes down, it goes into this trend line. And chances are also high that it will bounce back from this trend line, right? So we are generally more bullish than bearish right now. So it is better in this market conditions. Look more for long trades, right? So we won't just wait until price movement bounce back on one of this kind of lines. Maybe it will break down even this line. Then it is a good idea to wait until price movement comes to this line here and then bounces back, right? That's how you make more smart decisions, in my opinion, right? But right now we are just on the daily. So let's assume we want to make day trading, right? So then it makes sense to go here and let's say make 30 minutes, trade on the 30 minutes, right? So you see here, this my drawings, right? They're right now very big because we were on the daily line, and now we are zoom in more, right? Let me keep this anyway, and let's now take a look what we need to do now. Okay, so let's zoom out. Oh, wait, let me delete all the stuff. It's just all these drawings. And let's zoom out, right? Now we zoom out more, okay? And now we can see it bounces from this line to this line. You see, bounce here and there, and now it breaks this line and it's now on this kind of line. So in this 30 minutes time frame, it makes sense right now to take a look and waiting until it will bounce here. And now we see here more clear data, right? If we zoom in, right now it's very bearish. So you see the last 30 minutes, each bar represent one 30 minutes bar. It's very bearish right now, but it goes down to the support line, right? And if it will bounce back, and we will see here a big candle, green candle, then it makes sense to make a long trade. If it goes through this, like I told, yeah, you can make a short trade, but be cautious because you have this line here. I would make maybe, if it really goes from here to here, if it's breakdown, to make maybe here a short trade until here, right? So that's how you use your support and resistance lines. Okay, but it makes also sense to make also support and resistance lines on the 30 minutes time frame, right? So we are right now in the 30 minutes time frame. So for the last few days, right? And then we make again a bar, support and resistance line. And let's make a different color. Let's say red. So make your own color so you understand all the yellow support resistance lines are on the daily basis, and all the, let's say, red support resistance lines are on the 30 minutes basis. And the yellow supportive resistance lines, they are of course much stronger because they represent the yellow, the daily bars. They are much more, this is much more significant data. But it makes sense also to put in this kind of bars. So we can put a bar, for example, exact the same thing with the yellow bar. So you see also on the 30 level, you have here a lot of movement. So we can put it here also. So this one is a very strong resistance. Same thing I will say with this here, right? So the last movements, which we have also put in on the daily, are here, 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 you see? So we can put it also on the 30 minutes, right? So we understand already this is a very strong line, not just overall. If we take a look on the daily chart, so if we go back to daily, right? Not just overall on the daily, right? Because in regarding the history of price movement, but also the last few days, right? Here again, back to 30. So right now we are on a strong moment where we can probably see a bounce or a strong breakout. So, but something needs to be happened, and if it will be happened from this kind of area, it will be quite strong. So, and that's in general how you use this kind of strategy by trading or investing. This is really, really, really basic stuff, right? And I hope that I have that you have understand approximately what I mean with this, and that this will be helpful for you. If you really like this, leave a like, subscribe to my channel. I will add more stuff regarding this. And if you want me to show you also different indicators which you can use also in your chart to have a more clear understanding where the price movement go on, leave a comment, tell me also your feedback. I would highly appreciate this, and I really hope that this video was helpful. Have a nice day. Bye bye.